What up, world? Welcome to another episode of RMT. That's Real Man Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man, coming to you with another great conversation piece on today. And I want to thank you for joining me here on RMT. Yeah. So, on today, we're going to go ahead and get started. And I want to talk about today. Have you ever had conflict in your family? Have you ever had conflict with somebody that you cared about, somebody that you was close to? And how did that affect you? Negative, positive, or you just didn't care? But a lot of families are torn apart simply by disagreements, simply by somebody that can't say that I'm sorry, somebody that can't say that I was wrong, or simply someone that don't want to apologize for something they either did wrong or just want to be the bigger person to squash it so the family can come together. That's what I want to talk about today. Are you the one that can't say that I'm sorry? See, there's a lot of things that go on within this lifetime that people have disagreements that come up. And let's not get it twisted that all of us just get along all the time. No, nobody in this world get along all the time, even if you married. Even if you have players on football, basketball, professional teams, or even in corporations that be on the same team, but at times they have conflict, but they learn how to work together to get the ultimate goal done. So I just want to tell you this, that you know despite of everything that's going on in your life, despite of everything that's going on in anybody's life, we should come together. Now, it's simple that it's been families that have been separated for years due to one person. It's family that have been not, they haven't talked to each other or a cousin or auntie for years because of one person. Their pride and ego is in the way due to the situation that happened. And it might even happen to you. And you might even be justified in feeling the way that you feel. You might even be justified of thinking the things that you think. And may even be justified for acting the way that you are acting. You might be justified. You might be right about what you are doing. But let me say this, even though you might be right in that situation, you might be wrong in the action that you are taking towards the situation. Now just bear with me for a second, because within being wrong, am I saying it's an instant thing that you forgive that person? It might not be instant like that. It might take a little time, take a little bit of you working through it in order to overcome it. But don't let all these holidays pass by. Don't let birthdays pass by. Don't let funerals pass by. Don't let family reunions pass by. All these all these important events pass by, and you not speaking and you not trying to fix the situation. Now, is it sometime that you go to try to fix the situation and the other person just don't want to fix it? Maybe it's a situation where everybody look up to the person and defend the person that you have the alt with, that you have the situation with. Everybody want to be cool with them. Everybody talk to them. That's their confidant. And you on the other end, they are okay with letting you be the black sheep of the family. They are okay with everybody talking about you or accepting the lies that have been told about you. They are okay with that. And that what makes you feel some type of way. That what makes you feel some type of way. So since you feel some type of way within that situation, now you're okay with not being around everybody, not talking to everybody, not talking to your aunties, your uncles, your mother, your father, your nieces, your nephews, your aunties, your uncles, your grandparents. You're okay not talking to them due to the situation. Now, Let's be honest, man. It's something that our grandparents might have told us about the other side of the family. You might have somebody from your mother's side of the family say something about your grandma. You might have your mama side say something about your daddy side. And if you spend more time on your mama side, you might accept that what Big Mama saying about the daddy side, and you ain't even talk to them. You just accepting what they saying. And most of the time, let's be honest, most of the times it be their own feelings. It be their own feelings that be getting in the way of them telling the truth. Because sometimes if they tell the truth, they are really the problem. Sometimes they tell the truth, they are the problem, and that's why they don't want you to hear the other side, for you to come up with your own conclusion that they are the problem and they're the reason that the family is split like it is. For real. Some of us fall out over small things, right? Little bitty things. Might somebody might be talking about this family member, somebody might be talking about that family member, and we fall out over that. It might be about money. Fall out about money, about you owe me this amount of money, you ain't paid me back, so I ain't gonna talk to you no more, you know, and they fall out about it. And people will say, well, if you living for God, the easy thing for you to do would be able to forgive. True. True. I understand where you're coming from. But also it depends on what level you at with your walk with God. You can't expect somebody that just gave their life. I can't say you can't expect, but I'll say you can't someone that just gave their life to God for them to instantly forgive somebody that did them wrong. Even seasoned people, depending on depending on what they do, it just depends on what they do, what the discretion is. Now, if the discretion is some type of way, then I can understand that, right? Sometimes, man, even your family can be so close to, one day it comes up that a disagreement that goes a little bit too far that rips everything apart. And when everything comes apart, we tend to lean towards not who wrong or right. We tend to lean to who we like. We tend to lean to the person that we could benefit the most from. See, some people are taking and like I I take and say I'm gonna hang with the person that benefits me the most because I'm looking out for me. So a lot of family members probably didn't like you in the first place. So this was the perfect opportunity for them to be able to vent their frustration to the other family members about you because they felt that way the whole time. They just didn't never have the opportunity to express how they really felt about you because the opportunity never presented itself. So now that it has presented itself, I get a chance to tell you how I really feel. I get a chance to talk about you like I really want to talk about you, even though what was said may or may not be the truth. But at this time, since everybody else is lying on you, I'm going to lie on you too. Like, even though you might have helped a lot of people. And what hurts more is that when you help people out, when you look out for people, when you spend your money, you spend your time, and not only spending your money and time, you open up your home, let people stay, just really look out for people and lay your heart out on the line. And for it to end up getting burnt on the end, it'll hurt. It'll hurt. And it makes you don't want to do nothing for nobody else anymore. And that's the way that the enemy slips in and closes your heart off. And it keeps you from being blessed because you don't want to do nothing from nobody because you want to be blessed. Because you don't want to do nothing from nobody because you don't want to be hurt. My bad. You do want to be blessed, but you don't want to do nothing for nobody because what happened to you with your family. What happened to you when you open up your heart, when you open up to do those things? Because sometimes when it come to family, we don't really pray and ask God for guidance when it come to family. We do it for family because they family. We look out for family because they're family. So in doing that and not seeking God in those situations, we'll end up getting hurt by them because of that situation. And you don't want to open yourself back up to that type of hurt and that type of pain. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to be the bigger person. Some in certain in certain situations, you're gonna have to be the bigger person. And I know it's a lot of things out here in the internet saying, nah, I ain't gonna be the bigger person. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do this. But yeah, I understand that. But sometimes for the greater good of the family, you gonna have to make the sacrifice to be the grown up in the situation. You gonna have to be the example that people have to see. Don't you know it's people that's watching you. They watching how the family is lying about you. They watching the things that have been said about you. They watching how you react if you saying anything or if you're not saying anything. They watching you. They saying that listen, oh, so you said that you following God. Let's see how you gonna handle this situation. And based off how you handle that situation is how they gonna build their faith with God or how they gonna do anything. And so you look at it like, I gotta do this. You got to do this for more than just you. You got to do it for the people that's around you, that's watching you, that you don't even know that they're watching you. That's what you're doing it for. Inside, it could be ripping you apart in order to do this, but you're doing it for the greater good. Even though it's hurting inside, it's painful for you to do this. It's something that you gotta do. It's something that you gotta overcome to keep the enemy from keeping your family divided from years to come. Some of these things don't happen overnight. Sometimes you gotta work through the pain first. Sometimes you gotta work through the disappointment. Sometimes you gotta work through what everyone has said about you. You gotta process some of that. you know. And I'm not saying that it's gonna take you years to do that, but it might take a couple of months sometime. Might take a couple of weeks, just depending on what's going on. You have to put your pride and ego aside in order to make sure that the family is gonna come together. You know, um, some people, I put it to you like this. We tend to want things our way. We want people to see us a certain type of way that you want to maintain a certain image about you. So we will create lies and tell people lies because we want to control to the narrative of what they think, how they feel, or how they even growing up, especially when it comes to children. Because some children just inherit a hate for somebody. They inherit it from their parents because their parents don't like this person or because their parents don't want to fool with this family member. They automatically teach that child, or they might automatically lie to their child to let them know, listen, you don't fool with your auntie like this and like that. You never really get to the root of the problem. Or even if you tell them the problem, sometimes you shouldn't tell them about grown folks situation. But even if you tell them the root of the problem, you might make yourself look better in that situation than what you really should. Let's keep it a buck. You might make yourself look better in that situation and make auntie look bad when both of y'all probably was equally, yeah, both of y'all was probably, the blame is equally on both sides. But because this is my child, I want my child to look at a certain way. I'm gonna tell my child, well, this how it is. See, you don't You don't think about how nasty or how rude you are. You don't think of how bad that you treat people or the things that you do to people to drive you away from even trying to build a relationship or that friendship or just the family together. You want to be rude and nasty and you want to be the victim so bad that victimhood has got you to the point where you are no longer open to build relationships. You're no longer open to it, trying to mend anything that happened or even come to a solution on how to go forward past this situation. You want to stay in that victimhood so everybody around can see, oh, well, they did this, they did that. Because don't nobody see what you did, so you can broadcast, well, this what they did. This how I'm feeling. I want to make sure everybody know how I'm feeling so everybody can feel bad for me. So while everybody feeling bad for me and what happened to me, what's going on with me, I'm going to tell the kids what went on with me. I'm going to tell the kids what happened to me. Me. The whole victimhood until this inside of your child, that victimhood, that's your side of the story just been told to the child. They done built up resentment against people that they don't know what happened, but you were the problem. You were the one that didn't say I'm sorry. You were the one that was making up the lies that went on from generation to generation because of you. It's people out here that don't know that, okay, well, that wasn't my daddy. Or daddy got a whole nother family on the other side of they don't know that because lies have been going on for so many years. Ain't no truth coming out in no situation. You know, it's so easy when you're raising children. It's so easy to be able to have because you can feed that idea to them every day about people. And that will mess up the next generation. You can continue to fill their head up about any family member you want to. You can almost brainwash them to the point that they such a bad person until you see them. And you can tell because the children come around, they act different. Then there's awkward moments when we are around each other. It's real. It's a real weird vibe when everybody's together due to this resentment you have for a person. You have put it inside your children. So when your children come around, they want to act funny too. Because you the problem and you don't want to say that I'm sorry. So how are you even gonna fix that? How you even gonna move on if you continue to want to be the victim? And let's be honest, man. When you got people that ain't spoke to each other 10, 15 years, they got into it with each other, and you go back and ask them, you said, so what happened between y'all? Some of them might lie and don't. They say they don't remember. Some of them, they genuinely don't remember what happened because it was just that small. They don't remember what happened. But they haven't spoke to each other over these years of something that they remember probably in 5 years. So now 10 to 15 years down the line, they haven't spoke to each other and they don't even know what happened. Something that petty can come in between. It's funny how even people that serving the Lord, they let stuff come in, and when it comes in, it builds up a wall that you say that you love God, but you can't even call your sister or your brother and make amends with them. You can be in love with the preacher, with your church members, and you can't even make an amends with your family members. You can get along with your coworkers and figure it out because there's money involved on how to make that work, but you can't with your siblings. And I'm gonna tell you another thing, man. Holding resentment and anger in your heart, it wears you out. It wears you out. You mad and upset. It takes so much energy to be mad, upset, and the whole thing's in. Man, you end up getting looking older than what you should look, any little thing a trigger you going off. You really mad at the situation that happened and you keeping that anger and resentment towards them, even though you never forgot what happened. Some of us remember what happened, but you keeping that anger and resentment in there and it's taking you down. It's in you alive. The other person might have went on with their life. They done said they lies about you, spreading and continue to, they going on about their life. You be so obsessed thinking about this person and what they did to you that you can't live life because they have took that peace out of your life to the point where that comes up and that's eating you alive and keeping you from really living life because that situation is holding you back from your happiness and your peace. It's holding the family back from happiness and peace. And that's what the enemy wants. And he wants division. He wants you to be separated. Because if you come together, y'all fighting together, it's a better blow. If you hit somebody with just your finger, you might break your finger, if you poking but if you ball up a fist and you hit somebody with it, you have less likely to have an injury hitting somebody with your fist than just poking them with that one finger. And that's what the enemy don't like for us to come together. So let me ask y'all this. It's a lot of people that's listening right now that you waiting for somebody to come apologize to you. You might be the person that needs to apologize. You might be the person that everybody is talking about. Everybody getting a chance to be on the punching bag and take a shot. Or you might be the person that's taking the shots. You might be the person that's throwing the blows. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait till somebody pass away. Don't wait till it comes to a situation where you're forced to be around this person. Don't let it be like that. Don't wait till you on your deathbed or you never get a chance to apologize or say the things that you really need to say. So I'm asking you today, go apologize, man. Go be the bigger person. Let this one slide. Don't worry about it. Let it slide. You know, get that off your chest. There's no need to continue to live like that or check up out of here with that anger in your heart. Let it go. If that person don't want to have a relationship, you did your part. You ain't got to force it. You ain't got to continue to talk to them, but you did your part. You extended the olive branch, and it's on them to if they want to accept it or not. All right. So I appreciate y'all for joining in, listening to me. Listen, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, drop a comment to let me know if you like this, if you dislike that, or is it things that you'll like to hear me talk about on the next episode, right? So, if you want to get at me, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Stanley Nash Jr., also Instagram, Facebook, Real Men Talk Podcast. All right. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.